If you're new to this channel, last year I directed my very first feature film, In the Hands of Fate. After finishing the movie, premiering it back in December, and getting distribution for it last month, I finally had some time to process and reflect on some of the lessons that I learned while making that movie. While I directed a few different short films before In the Hands of Fate, jumping headfirst into my feature film was what really taught me a lot of lessons of what it truly means to be a director. Now, I'd like to share that insight with you all here today watching this video with the hopes that I can help encourage, inspire, and empower more people to go out and chase their dreams of becoming filmmakers. Something that you'll hear all the time is that it's the director's job to share our vision with the cast and crew. But what exactly does that mean? Having a vision may sound intimidating or vague at first, but as directors, we all have one. Deep down inside of us, we all have a vision, even if it's not immediately obvious. The way that I can express my vision is by imagining the movie transpiring through my head as I read the script. The words on the page come to life in my brain as I'm reading, and I can picture things from the camera angles, the lighting, the way that a line is spoken. As I read, I imagine the movie transpiring, and I'm able to then take the words from that page and document those experiences of what I see throughout the movie as I'm reading this script in order to communicate that to my cast and crew. Communicating your vision really does mean externalizing those internal thoughts that you got while reading the script in a way that is digestible to communicate with your team. For example, when I'm making a shot list, what I'll do is I'll have the script pulled right up side by side with my shot list, and from there I'll write out exactly what I see happening in terms of camera angles and lighting and any potential movement that may happen. As I'm reading the script and the words are coming to life from the page into my head, I am communicating that via the shot list, detailing everything and making note of everything that I see as I read. I can note how the environment may look in terms of discussing set design, and in instances where wardrobe isn't specifically communicated within the script, as I read, I can imagine how the characters might be dressed. Overall, the process of reading through the script and then imagining every single detail in order to communicate with your cast and your crew while you're on set, and even before that during pre-production and in the conceptualization phases, all of that is how you go about forming that vision and then imparting that onto people who you trust to carry that out and see it through. Life reflects art, and art reflects life, and that's why the best stories that can possibly be told on film are those that are the most personal to the director. It is completely impossible to go into a movie without bringing some aspect of ourselves or the things that inspire us into that work of art. So don't shy away from that. I'm inspired by everything from other movies that I like to video games that I've played, but I also like to bring in aspects from my personal life, people who I've encountered, elements of my own personality, things that I've experienced. And In the Hands of Fate, for instance, every single character in that movie is inspired by a part of my own personality mixed with characters I like from other works, as well as other people that I've met throughout my life. Even still, I like to keep a journal of quotes that I might hear people say in my everyday life that I think would make excellent lines in a future movie. Be inspired from anything from paintings to music to literature to other movies to your overall daily experiences, things that happen in your everyday life, people that you meet, people that you know, people that left a very powerful impression on you. Draw these inspirations from yourself and really make that movie yours. The more personal that your perspective is in the film, the more heartfelt and authentic your movie's going to be. One of the hardest lessons that we have to learn early on as directors is to kill our darlings. And In the Hands of Fate, even though I only ended up cutting out about 10 minutes of runtime between the first cut and the final cut from the premiere. Ultimately, taking out even what I did was one of the hardest parts of the entire editing process. However, it ultimately made the movie better. Sometimes we're too close to our own projects to really see the flaws and problems in our own movies. And that's why focus groups and test screenings can be so important for your movie, because then you can get fresh eyes and a fresh perspective. And after holding one of these test screenings, it'll open your eyes to so many things that you might not have seen wrong with your movie, but that other people do. And it'll ultimately make for a better end product. So I hope I was able to share some insight about some of the elements of directing that other people might not talk about as frequently here on YouTube. And I hope that you were able to take something away from this, that you're able to bring with you whenever you go into making your movie. But anyway, guys, if you like this content, then please go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, and smash that notification bell so you don't miss any videos right here on the Franz Productions YouTube channel. And if you are a film director and you have some advice and some insight that you'd like to talk about, please go ahead in the comments. We are here to grow together as a community and empower each other as independent filmmakers in order to help cultivate a strong community within the indie film space. Anyway, guys, that is all that I have for you here today. Until next time, as always, that's a wrap.